We now commence with the Laude Classic cars, and it's a bumper field as per usual. As we go down the lists, it's a hell of a lot of cars out there of all shapes and sizes. That's why we love them so much. But well, it's going to be Michael Hitchcock in the Mustang that will lead them around, and then Franco Donadio in the Ford Escort Mark I Cosworth powered, and the man to catch usually at these men today. Usually it's Cosworth, but somebody says Cosworth and somebody says Pinto. Well, Pinto powered, and then of course for Franco Donadio, and then the 66 of Glenn Ayton Bogart in the Ford Granada Piranha. That is the Class A section. Quite a number of classes here today. Class B being headed there by Ferdy Mouton in his Mustang, Trevor Momberg in the Capri, Andrew Honeywell in the Porsche 944 Turbo, and Bruce Aventaplin heading the front wheel drive cars there in the Toyota Corolla. So Wayne Lotter, Class C 120 Ford Escort, Killarney Spares car, and Brian Evans will be starting there with him as well. And that's the Cape Eye Laser car, also a Ford Escort, the 44 of Van Nell, the Angle Box, the Ford Anglia, and the two Hutchings, of course, father and son pairing, Lane in the second generation Golf, and his father in a first generation Sirocco, the bright orange one that is coming through on the main straight now. There is the Sabat Nissan Skyline of Kerry Blows, Dave Rowley's Beetle, Flat 4 Racing Beetle in the Golf colours, and look there, Vance Kearney right behind him, your good friend Francois.
Yeah, just getting a correction there. I think Kerry Blows is sitting up there behind Jean-Ray Boertes, who's in the Sabat Skyline. So Jean-Ray is in the Skyline with Kerry Blows up behind him.
This is Theo Class GTX, I guess.
Yeah.
Now Blows, okay, there Gary just pointed out Blows behind Boertes. So yes, Francois, you've been correcting me a lot today, I know. But you are like a senior figure to me.
No, it's only I follow social media better than you do.
I sleep a lot.
Yeah, I know you do. I do. But anyhow, John Boertes there in 13th, Dion Conrad is there, Kerry Blows, and then Twitter sits there in the 135. Then it's going to be Rob Rowe and Dave Riley in the Beetle. The golf-coloured Beetle is Dave Riley. The Cockers in the Escort, that's that maroon and white one. So yes, and it's nice, absolutely nice to have Vance Kearney here with us all the way from the United Kingdom.
In the camel coloured Jetta, that's a classic camel yellow that he's in. He's ahead of the Honda CRX of James Mateer, the man all the way from far off places, well, just as far as the UK, Stellenbosch. Depends on how you get there. Of course, if you walk there, it feels just as far. And then Theo Klaassen, that's the GTX Skyline that I was looking at. Melt Carstens in that classic Ford Cortina. Apparently for sale, I hear from Frankie after today's race meeting. I'm going to go to the bank.
Well, then Malcolm Pfeiffer there in the Alpha. Nice to have Malcolm out there. And Malcolm Pfeiffer absolutely enjoys it. He's actually a mechanic for many of the drivers out here. So nice to have him racing there in a race. It's good that the mechanics also get a blow at it. And I'm sure he'll enjoy himself. That car will be prepped properly.
Well, that was Trevor Hutchings for many years. He actually was looking after Sandra Bicari, and then he said, oh, well, Sandra, you've had a lot of fun. Let me get out there a little bit. And he's not only on the main circuit, he's also on the Rallycross as well with son Lane in their HSC Racing Golf. And Lane Hutchings goes past our position now, alongside his old man in the Mark II Golf.
Yeah, it's lovely to see some of these cars out there. There's a couple of Ford Capris, there's a couple of Datsuns. Nice to have all the Datsuns out there. Kerry's brother's also out there. He's Craig Blows. He's in the Datsun. It's nice to have him out there. And very original racing colours that a lot of them are using, which is also pays homage to the era in which they raced. So good to see.
It's amazing because the original Datsun name went defunct in 1983.
Yes, to Nissan.
To Nissan, and of course the Datsun name has been brought back through some parts of the world, not all parts of the world, Brazil, South Africa, so on.
But not doing it any justice with a load of nonsense that is on the tarmac.
It's a very different kind of Datsun.
It's not actually a Datsun, to be honest with you.
That is true. We have a lot of times, of course, with the Renaults, with the Dacia connection from Romania. So automobile manufacturing today is very different than it was 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years ago.
I want to say this with tongue-in-cheek, but I find a lot of the automotive engineering nowadays is very bastardized in the sense that we're using a bit of you and a bit of me. It's, I would say, only some of the more expensive marks that have stayed to themselves. The rest all borrow from each other, and I don't know. I just don't think it does any good to the brands. So yeah.
Yeah, there's no uniqueness anymore, or like, for instance, everything's put into a computer nowadays, and everything is basically looking very similar. But yeah, that's just building on what Francois was saying. The Renault that will take them around will be the safety car, driven by none other than Philip the Dolphin Herald, or Dr. Phil, as we like to call him nowadays. But wow, look at this, Francois. Down our back straight now, some lovely motor cars from various different decades here. It is 70s, 60s, 80s. Oh, that's looking so beautiful over here. That 414 at the back there as well. That's Ad Verkeilen, excuse me, in the Ford Capri.
I just want to add something here. Many folks my age and older, it will say, even you guys like Frankie, Gary, it just takes you right back to your childhood.
I think it's a Ford Model T. If they were out there, Francois will have that, a bit of childhood memories there for some.
Yep, I'm sure.
All right, we will see them come around now as the Renault will pull into the right-hand side. Of course, that will be the old pit lane, or the traditional pit lane, and we'll have a angry storm of classic cars make their way across the line and to turn one. So it's going to be on the inside through the kink. It's going to be Hitchcock in the Mustang. On his outside, it will be Donadio in the Escort. That is the front row of the grid. They slowly make it through towards Cape Town, City of Cape Town Bridge, Castrol Bridge. Wingfield Motors there as well. The lights will surely go out soon. They'll try and anticipate a little bit here when it's going to happen, but it will only happen now. And away we go for the start of this first classic car race of the day. Michael Hitchcock will get the whole shot into turn one. Then it is going to be Glenn Ayton Bogart on the inside of Donadio, but Donadio will come up right across the nose there, back up into second position. Light and nimble is that little Escort compared to the grunt of those V8s and V6s as well. But on the outside into turn one there will be Donadio once again, but doing good for himself in that Mustang is Michael Hitchcock.
Hitchcock using that Mustang to his advantage as he forces Donadio to the outside. Franco Donadio trying to look up, and Donadio up on the inside. Does the switch back on Hitchcock, but Hitchcock uses that muscle to stay ahead. Donadio tries to come in. Hitchcock closes the line as they come down the back straight. And Michael Hitchcock in the Mustang Coupe sits up front there with Glenn Bogart, Trevor Momberg. And then it's Michael Hitchcock, Andrew Honeywell, Bruce Evan Taplin. And then it's going to be, I think it's most that comes through there. Wayne Lotte. Wayne Lotte in the Escort sits up there behind him. Brian Evans, Van Nel, and then it's the two Hutchings that work their way through now. But there you can see Bruce Evan Taplin has got Wayne Laude there from Killarney Motor Spares right up behind him now as they work their way out of turn number 5.
Well, now you'll see down the straight as they complete lap 1, Francois. There goes the Granada Piranha of Aiton Bogart up into second position. But under braking, it will be that little Escort that will brake later and slingshot himself into that first turn. And it's going to be an absolute treat to watch. If you're seeing anywhere on the screens or at the track, you're going to see a man go sideways out of turn 4.
Glenn Aiton Bogart's in trouble. He's going very slow. Glenn Aiton Bogart has got an issue as Trevor Momberg and Ferdy Maton work their way around past him. So Glenn has got a problem. It's either gearing or something, but he's not going the way he should be going.
Well, you just look a little bit behind them there, Francois, through the kink and towards turn 3 now. Bruce Aventaplin starting to break the gap away now from Wynand Nel. Wynand Nel was taking quite a bit of curb into turn 2 there as they went through on the second lap. Wynand Nel, we had Brian Evans in there as well, but I saw coming up the field quite nicely. But if you look at it, Wayne Laude is the leader currently in Class C. Momberg is now the leader of Class B, having gotten past that bright red Mustang of Ferdy Mouton.
Well, Andrew Honeywell's going backwards at a rate here as well, so he's probably got an issue as well, that Porsche. So coming up towards us now, it's Michael Hitchcock. Hitchcock leads out over Franco Donadio, and then it's Trevor Bomberg, then it's Ferdy Maton. Ferdy Maton coming up towards it. Looks like Glenn Aiton Bogart has got things going again and works his way up over the line, but have a look at this. Bruce Aventaplin, Wayne Laude, Wynand Nel, then it's going to be Brian Evans, Lane Hutchings, Trevor Hutchings, and then Brutus ahead of Conradi. Oh, they're having a fantastic squabble out there, all these cars. Some great racing taking place.
Yeah, there, especially in Class B on the exit of turn 2 now, that beautiful blue V6 Capri leads the V8 Mustang of Ferdy Mouton. Look at the gap they have between themselves and the next man, of course, that is Glenn Aiton Bogart, who holds 5th at the moment. Wayne Laude carving through the field. He currently leads not only Class C, but he's ahead of a lot of Class B cars. Wynand Nel through turn 3 gets ahead of Bruce Aventaplin. Bruce Aventaplin got Brian Evans and Lane Hutchings to keep him company now as they charge up towards turn 4, towards the back straights.
Yeah, no, there's lots of racing taking place. Let's pick up on the leaders, the exit 5. It's going to be, have we lost somebody? Have we lost? I think we've lost Michael Hitchcock. We've lost Michael Hitchcock. No, he's in turn 1.
He's actually been closed up. He's actually got the fastest lap. Sorry, Francois, 1:22.887.
Sorry, I didn't see him because you're all in the way.
My big head's in the way.
Yeah, so Michael Hitchcock leads out there over Franco Donadio. Hitchcock in the Mustang, keeping it all together there from Cape Forklift Services. And Franco Donadio sitting up there behind him. Now, they've actually stretched their legs, but have a look at this. Ferdy Maton and Trevor Momberg. Momberg dives up in front of Ferdy. Ferdy holding it inside line. Those two, there's the V6 versus the V8. They're having a great time there. And Glenn Aiton Bogart just keeping that Granada going. Wayne Laude ahead of Wynand Nel, Bruce Aventaplin, Brian Evans. Then up behind him it's Lane Hutchings. Then it's Kerry Blows, Trevor Hutchings, Jean-Ray Brutus in the skyline, looking up on the inside of Trevor Hutchings. He goes through the kink and works his way down towards Interceptor corner. Jean-Ray Brutus having great fun in that Sabat skyline. He's the mechanic and he gets even the chance to drive. What a pleasure.
Well, we got an Escort come into the pits as well, Francois, with the bonnet open. I don't know if it's Steve Tritter, perhaps. I know Derek Truscott. Is it Steve Tritter? Tritter into the pits. His race has unfortunately been run. Meanwhile, Michael Hitchcock comes across the line now and starts another lap with Franco Donadio, 2.4 seconds off, but you'll see the battle behind them. And then the battle behind them comes towards turn 1 now. Down the main straight on the outside will be Ferdy Mouton. On the inside of turn 1 will be Trevor Momberg, but Trevor Momberg will hold that place at the moment. That's the battle at this time for Class B.
Yeah, and the front runners, Michael Hitchcock's going to catch a couple of slow drivers. He'll be there behind Craig Blows and Badin and the rest, so they're working their way through. They're going to be lapping, and Trevor Marburg seems to have the upper hand there on Ferdy Maton. Glenn Atterbo got a bit further back. Then keeping an eye there on Wayne Laude. He's head of Nell. Then it's Bruce Van Taplin, then it's Brian Evans, and look at Jandre Brutus working his way past Lane Hutchings. Jandre Brutus is having fun. He's working his way through the field. The Skyline coming into its own.
Yeah, that's in turn 3, Francois, that you were referring to over there, and that lovely Sabat Skyline now splitting Brian Evans' Escort and Lane Hutchings' Golf. They've kept to the head there of the Datsun 240Z that they're having ahead of them at the moment, and while they'll come onto the back main now. Meanwhile, going a little bit further down the straight, Bruce Van Taplin is still chasing Wynand Nel at the moment. Wynand Nel doing an outstanding job in that 6th position in the Anglia.
Yeah, sorry, I can't help myself here. I'm watching Jandre Brutus in. Oh, and Hitchcock gets out of shape there in turn 2. What happened there? And that has put Franco Donadio into the front. Hitchcock squirming, a fishtail of note there as he works his way through. But speaking once again of Jandre Brutus, he's working his way through the field. I think he's got the upper hand of the Skyline now, and he's firm on his way to the back of Bruce Van Taplin.
Just going onto the back straight now is our leader, Franco Donadio, coming out of turn 4 onto the back straight. Pinto Power going down the back straight, but the power of that Mustang reels him in so nicely. They'll run now towards turn 5, Pertamina Fastron. They've got that Alfa Romeo that they will lap shortly coming up, that Alfa GTA. And that I just forgot who's behind the wheel of that GTA, but he comes now onto the main straight, and they'll start what will be the second to last lap.
They're passing Malcolm Pfeiffer as they go down towards turn number 1. Malcolm in the Alpha just having a lovely outing. He's just enjoying himself. And Franco Donadio ahead there of Michael Hitchcock. So Hitchcock has got his work cut out. Having a look at this drive down the back, Jandre Brutus closing up on the back of Bruce Van Taplin, and Brutus finds himself up there in 8th place. He can still get 1 or 2 more places, because when they cross the line they've got 2 laps to go. Glenn Attenbogart's still got that full Granada going. There's Ferdy Maton, and he's lost a bit of touch there with Trevor Momberg. Ferdy Maton trying. There's Glenn Attenbogart, there's Craig Blows going in there. Here comes Wayne Laude, and look at that Sabat Skyline up on the inside of Bruce Evans. Oh, and Jandre just avoids having his nose chopped off. Good little bit of driving skill coming out of Jandre. Now they make their way up towards Castrol Corner. Wynand Nel, Bruce Van Taplin, and Jandre Brutus with that lovely Datsun Skyline. And he's sitting in there. He's having a lot of fun. It's nice when you can see when someone's having so much fun. And he's setting up Bruce Van Taplin. That Corolla really is very quick.
Well, the last lap is going to commence now as the leading pair make their way past James Matthias, CRX Honda, and it's now the only lap left in this race. Meanwhile, going defensive will be Franco Donadio into turn 1. Coming and following him, the power on the straights he will have then will be the Michael Hitchcock Mustang, using biofuel as he has informed me as well in the past. Then he runs it towards turn 2 now. They is not close enough yet to make any sort of a move. Remember, more nimble, more stability through the corners there for the Escort. It's a little bit more tricky with the Mustang. That's why a straight line is his friend at the moment. But Francois into turn 3 as we speak.
Oh, the leader's having the end squad. But I'm watching this one. This one's just so enthralling. Wynand Nel, Bruce Van Taplin, Jandre Brutus, Kerry Blows, the 2 Datsuns in there. Kerry wants to work his way through. He's in the Quickly 2.8 Nissan, and he's going through, but the leaders now make their way down towards Pertamina Fastron, turn number 5 for the last time.
Oh, the last shot for Michael Hitchcock into turn 5 now. I don't think he's close enough. I think pretty much it's going to be Donadio, the man who started second, beating the man who started on pole position. They'll run it now on the gas for them out of turn 5, past the old bus stop chicane for the bikes. Then they're going to run it to the line now. It's going to be a dead heat. It's going to be Michael Hitchcock that will take the win just.
There's no replacement for displacement.
99 thousandths of a second. I couldn't even say that properly.
Yeah, Michael Hitchcock bringing it to the line. Good to see, using the muscle. So, right, we're waiting now for third place man coming up towards us. That's going to be Trevor Momberg, Suburban Spares. Momberg, no, it's Emini Auto. Then Ferdy Maton in the Cross Cape Forklift. And then it's going to be Glenn Bogart in the Grenada. Also Cross Cape Forklift. But have a look here now, see. Look at this. Jean-Ray Bottas bringing on that Nissan Skyline. He's worked his way through that whole bunch of cars. This is a great drive coming out of Jean-Ray Bottas as he crosses the line. And then it's going to be Kerry Blows. No, it's Wayne Lotte. Then it's Kerry Blows. Then Evan Taplin, then Blows, then Nell, then Lotte, then Honeywell, and then the two Hutchings.
Yes, they come down to the line now. The Datsun that runs, the number 51 Datsun. Of course, by young Blows, the number 51 and 23rd. Maltcaston stuck on the inside of turn 4 in the Ford Cortina. Yeah, the Ford Cortina. And that will need to be cleared up as the GTX Skyline of Theo Claessen's comes through. And of course, a man I temporarily forgot the name of early on, Malcolm Pfeiffer in the Alfa Romeo. I saw Francois giving me a look over there. It's like, how can you forget Malcolm Pfeiffer? Yes, the man in the Alfa GTA yellow and white. But that was the first of the classic car races, the Laude classic cars. We'll have more of that after the break. We've got 2 races before lunch, and it's going to be first the Clubman's class, the Thermo Fires Clubman Saloons, and the Wild Rose Gin Sports and GT cars.